Hello everyone, enjoy today's episode of Tales by Proverbs. Watch, listen and learn, and don't forget to subscribe. Ciao, ciao.
Have you ever noticed how some people get upset over tiny problems, a broken phone, a mean comment, a bad grade, while other people stay calm even when big problems happen? There's an ancient Yoruba proverb from Nigeria that says, "Rain has fallen on you, dew can no longer soak you." It sounds like a simple weather statement. But what it's really revealing is a powerful truth about life. The harder things you go through, the stronger you become. And once you've been through something really hard, small problems don't hurt you anymore. If you've ever felt weak because life was hard, or wondered why some people are so strong, or wished you were braver when problems come, this proverb is about to show you how hard times actually make you powerful. Let me tell you about someone named Kofi. Meet Kofi, a young boy who lived in a small village in West Africa. When Kofi was 7 years old, just like you might be, his life was easy and happy. He had parents who loved him, food to eat every day, friends to play with, and a warm place to sleep. Kofi had never experienced anything really hard. Because life was easy, tiny problems felt huge to Kofi. If his favorite food wasn't ready for dinner, he would cry. If his friend didn't want to play with him, he would be sad all day. If it was too hot outside, he would complain. If someone said something mean, he would feel hurt for days. Everything felt like a big problem to Kofi because he'd never faced a real big problem. Then something terrible happened. A big drought came to his village. Do you know what a drought is? It's when no rain falls for a long time. The crops died. Food became hard to find. Kofi's family had to eat once a day instead of 3 times. Sometimes they had no food at all. This was Kofi's first real rain, his first big, hard problem. For 6 months, Kofi felt hungry most days. His stomach hurt. He felt weak. He watched his little sister cry from hunger, and there was nothing he could do. This wasn't like missing his favorite food, this was real suffering. But you know what happened? Kofi survived. The drought finally ended. Rain came again. Crops grew. Food returned. And Kofi was still there, still alive, still standing. Something had changed inside Kofi, though. He was different now. After experiencing real hunger, the big rain, other problems felt different to him. When his favorite food wasn't ready for dinner, he didn't cry anymore. He just felt grateful there was any food at all. When his friend didn't want to play, he wasn't sad all day because he remembered harder days when he was too weak to play anyway. When it was hot outside, he didn't complain because he'd survived worse. The little problems, the dew, couldn't hurt him anymore because he'd already been through the big rain. Years passed. Kofi grew into a young man. When he was 17, another hard thing happened. His father got very sick and died. This was another big rain, maybe even bigger than the first one. Kofi felt sad. He cried. He missed his father terribly. But he didn't fall apart. He didn't give up. He knew from the drought that hard things end, that you can survive rain, that you become stronger on the other side. So Kofi took care of his mother and sister. He worked hard. He stayed strong even when he felt weak inside. And once again, he survived the rain. Now, when small problems happened, someone insulted him, he lost some money, things didn't go his way, these problems felt like tiny drops of dew. They were there, yes, but they couldn't soak him. They couldn't shake him. They couldn't hurt him the way they would have hurt the 7-year-old Kofi who'd never experienced real rain. People in the village noticed. Why is Kofi so strong? They asked. Why doesn't anything bother him? Why is he so calm when problems come? Kofi would smile and say, when you've been through rain, dew can't soak you anymore. So what is this Yoruba proverb really teaching us? When rain has fallen on you, dew can no longer soak you. Let me explain what this means in simple words. In nature, there are 2 types of water that fall from the sky. There's rain, big, heavy drops that come in storms and soak you completely. And there's dew, tiny, light drops that appear in the morning on grass and leaves. If you've only ever felt dew, those tiny drops might feel wet to you. But if you've been caught in a big rainstorm where you got completely soaked, when you touch dew the next morning, it feels like nothing. You barely notice it because you've experienced something so much bigger. Life works the same way. Big problems are like rain, they're hard, they hurt, they soak you completely. Things like losing someone you love, being really sick, having no food, being treated badly, or going through something scary. These are the rains of life. Small problems are like dew, they are annoying, but not really that bad. Things like someone saying something mean, losing a toy, not getting what you want, having a bad day, or feeling a little uncomfortable. These are the dews of life. Here's the wisdom: once you've been through big rain, small dew doesn't bother you anymore. Once you've survived real hardship, tiny problems lose their power to hurt you. Think about it like this: imagine you've never been in water deeper than a bathtub. Then someone splashes a cup of water on you. That might feel shocking. You might cry or get upset because it's the biggest water experience you've had. But now imagine you've fallen into a deep river and had to swim to survive. You were completely underwater, struggling, scared, but you made it out. Now if someone splashes a cup of water on you, would you cry? No. You'd probably laugh because compared to nearly drowning in a river, a splash is nothing. That's what this proverb means. Hard experiences make you strong. They teach you what real problems are. And once you know what real problems feel like, fake problems or small problems can't hurt you anymore. Scientists have studied this. There's something called post-traumatic growth, which is a fancy way of saying that going through hard things can actually make you stronger, wiser, and better. People who survive difficult experiences often say they're grateful for those experiences later because of how much stronger they became. In Yoruba culture, elders understood this. They knew that young people who had easy lives would break easily when problems came. But young people who had faced hard things, they were like iron, strong, unbreakable, ready for anything. This doesn't mean we should want bad things to happen. Rain hurts when it's falling on you. But it does mean that when hard things happen, and they will happen to everyone, those hard things are actually building strength inside you that nothing else can build. Every time you go through something difficult and survive it, you're becoming stronger. Every big rain makes the dew less powerful. Every major challenge makes minor problems feel smaller. Here's what this means for you right now, today. First, if you're going through something hard right now, something that feels like big rain, I want you to know this: you're getting stronger. Even though it hurts, even though it's difficult, even though you wish it would stop, you're building something inside you that will help you for the rest of your life. You're building rainproof strength. Second, if something small is bothering you, something that feels like dew, try to remember that it's okay. Small problems are still real, and they can still bother you. But try to ask yourself, is this big rain, or is this small dew? That question helps you see problems clearly. Third, when you see someone who seems super strong and nothing bothers them, remember, they probably went through big rain. They are not stronger than you because they are special. They are stronger because they survived hard things. And you can become that strong too when you survive your hard things. Fourth, be kind to people who get upset over small things. Maybe they haven't experienced big rain yet. Maybe dew is the hardest thing they've known. Don't judge them. Remember that you might have been like that too before your rain came. Let me tell you something important: you don't become strong by avoiding rain. You become strong by surviving it. Some people try to avoid every problem, every hard thing, every uncomfortable situation. They think that's how to be happy. But actually, they are staying weak. They're like plants that never face wind. They grow tall but they're easy to break. Plants that face wind grow stronger roots. You're like that too? The hard things you face are building strong roots inside you. Roots of courage. Roots of strength. Roots of wisdom. And those roots will help you stand strong when bigger storms come later. Kofi became one of the strongest men in his village, not because nothing bad happened to him, but because bad things happened and he survived them. Each rain made him stronger. Each hard thing taught him he could handle hard things. By the time he was an adult, people would come to him with their problems because he was so calm and wise. My crop failed, someone would say, panicking. Kofi would smile and say, I survived a drought that lasted 6 months. We'll figure this out. His rain had prepared him to help others through their due. So here's my question for you. What rain have you already survived? Maybe it was moving to a new place. Maybe it was losing a pet. Maybe it was your parents fighting. Maybe it was being sick. Maybe it was being bullied. Think about the hard thing you went through. Now realize, you survived that. You're still here. That rain fell on you, and you're still standing. That means you're already stronger than you think. And that means the small problems happening now, doesn't have to control you. Here's my challenge. The next time something small bothers you, take a deep breath and say to yourself, I've been through rain. This is just I can handle this. Watch how different you feel when you remind yourself of your strength. And when you see someone going through their rain, their big, hard problem, be kind to them. Help them if you can. Tell them they're getting stronger even if they don't feel it yet. Tell them that rain doesn't last forever, but the strength it builds does last forever. Because here's the beautiful truth that the Yoruba elders knew, life's hardest moments create life's strongest people. The rain you survive becomes the strength you carry. And once you've been through the storm, nothing, absolutely nothing, can shake you the same way again. You might still feel it might still be annoying. But it will never soak you, never hurt you, never break you the way it could before your rain came. So if you're in rain right now, hold on. You're becoming stronger than you know. And if you've already survived your rain, stand tall. You're already stronger than you realize. When rain has fallen on you, dew can no longer soak you. Remember that. Remember your rain. Remember your strength. And walk through life knowing that you've survived storms that would have broken the old you. The dew can't hurt you anymore. You're rain-proof now. And that makes you powerful.